Hello everyone, welcome to Indian Judicial Service. Today we are going to solving here MCQ of Constitutional Law of India. This video is the second part of top 1000 MCQ of Constitutional Law of India. And if you are not watched the previous video, the link of previous video is available in our description box. You may watch that video through the link. And in this video we cover the preamble as well as citizenships MCQ. And before starting this video, I request you please like and subscribe our channel. Now come to the question here. Question number 81. Consider the following statements. So first statement here, the Indian Constitution is, so there are the three statements. Now we read here first statement, unwritten constitution. So this statement is absolutely wrong because Indian Constitution is a written constitution. It contains 395 articles, 22 parts and 12 schedule, and so this shows that the Indian Constitution is a written constitution, but the Britain Constitution is not a written constitution. Now option statement 2 here, written constitution, yes, Indian Constitution is a written constitution. Statement 3 here, largely based on Government of India Act 1935. This statement is also correct. Indian Constitution is largely based on the Government of India Act 1935. And the speciality of this act is that in previous question we discussed it. This act does not have preamble, the concept of preamble. And if you are not watched the previous video, the link of previous video is available in our description box. You may watch that video through the link. So statement 2 and 3 are correct here. So our answer is here option B, 2 and 3 are correct. Now question number 82. The democracy and federalism are essential feature of our constitution and basic feature of its structure. This observation was made in S.R. Bomai case. So this case is very important. S.R. Bomai versus Union of India, and the citation of this case is here 1994, AIR 1994. And this statement is given by, means that democracy and federalism are essential feature and it is the basic structure of our constitution, and this statement is given by the Justice P.V. Sawant. So answer is here option C. Question number 83. The text of the preamble of the Constitution of India aim to secure, option A here, fundamental right to all individual, option B, fundamental duties. So in first statement right, in second option duties to citizen of India, option C, dignity of individual and unity and integrity of the nation. This statement is we found in our preamble. So I request you again, please try to learn our preamble, the preamble of constitution, because it is very helpful to solving any question, basically most of the question related to the preamble. So please try to learn the preamble of our constitution. And security of service to government servant. So it is clearly here, the text of the preamble of the Constitution of India aim to secure the dignity of individual and unity and integrity of the nation. So answer is here option C. Question number 84. In Tinsukia Electricity Company versus State of Assam, the Supreme Court pointed out that the term socialist, the use in the preamble to Constitution of India, means the state whose basic policy is to, option A here, prohibit a concentration of wealth and distribute equitably the natural resources, option B here, prohibit equitably the natural resources, option C here, distribute equitably the natural resources, and option D here, the prohibit the concentration of wealth and uplift the living standard of the people. So in this question, the case Tinsukia Electricity Company, State of Assam, the Supreme Court pointed out the socialist, the word used in preamble, means the state whose basic policy is to prohibit the concentration of wealth. This is first point here, prohibit the concentration of wealth and uplift the living standard of people. So answer of this question is here option D. Now question number 85. The preamble to the Constitution of India secure justice, liberty, equality and fraternity to all persons those who reside within the territory of India. Option C, all citizen. And option D, those citizens and who reside within the territory of India. So whenever we read the preamble of India, the preamble is starting, we the people of India. So the people refer the all citizen, and whether they are reside in India or outside the India. But if they are a citizen of India, all these terms secured here, justice, liberty, equality and fraternity to applicable on all the citizen of India. So there is no matter he or she live in India or outside the India. If they are living outside the India, Indian law force on that place where they live. So we discuss in this thing is CRPC and any other act of the Indian. So answer of this question is here option C, all of the citizens. So option C is correct here, all citizen. Now question number 86, justice, social, economic and political is the guaranteed by fundamental right in the Constitution of India. Option B here, guaranteed to the people by the writ issues by the Supreme Court of India. Option C here, an idea inherent in the preamble to the Constitution of India. And option D here, the directive principle of state policy taken into account making the enactment. So it is clear here, these words justice, social, economic and political. So there are the justice of social, economic and political, these terms given in our preamble. So answer here clearly, an idea inherent in the preamble to the Constitution of India. So answer of this question is here option C. Now question number 87, consider the following statement with reference to the term secularism. So first statement here, the secularism means that the state has no recognized religion of the state. So this statement is clearly correct here. The secularism means the state having no religion and it respect all the religion. Statement 2 here, the secularism means that the state treat all religion equally. Yes, this statement is also correct here. Statement 3 here, the secularism means that the state regulate the relation of man with God. So this statement is completely wrong because state cannot regulate the relationship between the man and God. So this statement wrong here. Statement first and seconds are correct. So answer here option B. Question number 88, the concept of directive principle of state policy is borrowed from. So the concept of directive principle of state policy is borrowed from the Constitution of Ireland. So answer is here option C, the emergency provision, and which is provided in article 352 to 360, and these provisions are taken from the Constitution of Weimar Constitution of Germany. And the word which is used in a preamble like equality, liberty, fraternity, and so these words are taken from the Constitution of France. And Republic of India, this word is also borrowed from the Constitution of France. And now come to the USA. Fundamental right in our Constitution, which is provided in article 12 to 35. These fundamental rights are taken borrowed from the Constitution of USA. And the power of Supreme Court in judicial review. So judicial review, power of judicial review is also taken from the Constitution of USA. But writ provision, so writ provision is not taken from USA. These provisions are taken from the Constitution of Britain. But judicial reviews concept is taken from the Constitution of USA. So answer is here option C. Now question number 89. India has borrowed the scheme of federation, that is union of state, from which country? So the scheme of federation is borrowed from the Constitution of Canada. So answer is here option D. Now question number, there is another new country, Russia. So our fundamental duties, so fundamental duties are taken from the Constitution, duties are taken from the Constitution of Russia, and these are already discussed. Now question number 90, which of the following said that in any event whatever system of government we may establish here must fit in with the temper of the people and be acceptable to them. So this statement is given by Jawaharlal Nehru. So answer is here option A, means Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, first Prime Minister of India, give this statement. The statement is here, again I read it. In any event, whatever the system of government we may establish here must fit in with the temper of people. This is very important, must fit the temper of people and be acceptable to them, means be acceptable by the people. Temper of the people and acceptable by the people. So this is very important statement here. So government should make such type of law which is better for betterment of the people, and such law also acceptable by the people of India. So this thing is here. This statement is given by the Dr. means Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Question number 91. By which amendment act the unity of the nation was substituted by, so this is very important, unity of nation was substituted by unity and integrity of the nation in the preamble of the constitution. So first of all we discuss here only one amendment held in the preamble of constitution, and that amendment name is here 42nd Amendment Act 1976. So in this amendment there are the three words added in our preamble. First two words are in previous the sovereign democratic republic, and these lines are substituted through the sovereign socialist secular democratic republic. And another important line here, the unity of nation, and this thing is substituted by the unity and integrity. This is new word here. So there are the three words. First one here socialist, LIST, socialist, and second one word here secular. This is very important here, and this is also basic structure of constitution, secular. And last third word here integrity. So these three words are added in our preamble through 42nd Amendment Act 1976. After this amendment, no further amendment in our preamble of the constitution. So only one amendment is in our preamble. So answer of this question is clearly here option A, 42nd Amendment Act 1976. Now question number 92. Who among the following said that the new constitution establishes indeed a system of a government which is at the most quasi-federal, this is very important word, quasi-federal, and almost the devolutionary in character, a unitary state with subsidiary federal feature rather than the federal state with unitary feature. And this statement is given by Dr. K.C. Weir. So answer is here option A. Now question number 93. Is the preamble a part of the constitution? So it is clear here. We discussed this thing in previous video. If you have not watched the previous video, the link of previous video is available in our description box. So option A, it is the part of the constitution. So this statement is correct here. It is not a part of constitution, wrong here. Still this question to be decided by the court. So this statement is also wrong here, because in Keswanand Bharati versus State of Kerala 1973, Supreme Court declared that the constitution is a part of preamble is a part of constitution, and parliament can amend through the amending power of the constitution in the preamble. So the parliament can also amend the preamble through their power of amendment. So answer of this question is here option A. Question number 94. Which of the following feature is not borrowed from the United Kingdom? So first option here, the cabinet system of government. Yes, this this feature of the constitution borrowed from the UK, United Kingdom. Option B, the parliamentary type of government. Yes, this feature also taken from the United Kingdom. Option C here, moral parliament, and option D here, written constitution. So this feature is not taken from the UK, United Kingdom, because the United Kingdom constitution is not a written constitution. So how we can take the written concept of written constitution from the United Kingdom? So answer is here option D, not here in question. So answer here option D. Question number 95. The feature power of judicial review is borrowed from which of the following country? We just discussed these things in previous question. And the power of judicial review is borrowed from which of the following country? So the power of judicial review borrowed from the Constitution of USA. So answer is here option B. Question number 96. These questions are belong to a citizenship, and citizenship provision is provided in part PART, part 2nd of Constitution, and its extension is here 5 to Article 11 of the Constitution. So now under Article 11 of the Constitution, the Parliament passed the Citizenship Amendment Act 2003, the assent in January 2004, and which provide the overseas citizenship to the people of Indian origin in. So section 11 dealing with the Parliament to regulate the right of citizenship by law. So section 11, the Parliament to regulate the right of citizenship by law. And option A here specified 12 specified countries, option B 16 specified countries, option C 18 specified country, and option D 20 specified country. So answer is here option B 16 specified country. Now question number 97. Which of the following article describe about the person voluntarily acquiring the citizenship of the foreign state not to be citizen? So this thing is provided in, so any person who voluntarily, this is very important, voluntarily acquiring the citizenship of any other foreign country not to be a citizen of India. So not to be citizen of India, and this thing is provided in which article? So article 9. Article 9 deal with this thing, the person who voluntarily acquired the citizenship of a foreign state not to be a citizen of India. So answer is here option D. And article 5, articles 5 dealing with the citizenship at the commencement of the Constitution. This thing is provided in article 5. And article 7 dealing with the right of citizenship of certain migrant. So migrant, this is very important here, migrant to Pakistan. So to Pakistan. So this thing is provided in article 7. And article 8 dealing with the right of citizen of certain person of Indian origin residing outside India. So this thing is provided in article 8. So Indian origin, and these are residing, this is very important here, residing outside India. So this thing is provided in article 8. So answer of this question is option D. The person voluntarily acquiring the citizenship of foreign state not to be a citizen of India under article 9. Question number 98. The expression every person in article 5 include, so every person under article 5. So article 5 dealing with the citizenship at the commencement. So this is very important, at the commencement of the Constitution of India. So a prisoner, option B the member of armed force, option C the person living within the territory of India, and option D all of the above. So every person include all these persons. So answer is here option D, all of the above. Question number 99. Under the Indian Constitution it was held in the case the Pradeep Jain versus Union of India 1984, Supreme Court 1420, the case number is 1420. held that here, so Supreme Court held that this case is related to the admission in medical college on the ground of getting the reservation on the ground of the domicile certificate of particular state, and those who are not getting the domicile, they did not get the reservation. This thing is there. So Supreme Court held that there is only one domicile of the country. Option B, there is a two domicile of union as well as of the state. Option C here, in the case of Jammu Kashmir, there are two domicile, one of the union and other of the state. And option D here, both A and C are correct. So answer is here option D, both A and C are correct. Means there is only one domicile of the country, but in case of Jammu Kashmir there are two domicile, first of union and second one other is here state. But in present time the Jammu Kashmir become the union territory, and there is our parliament cancel this provision of two domicile. So present time there is only one domicile of the country. So answer of this question here option D. Now question number 100. Article 6 ensuring the provision conferring the right of citizen of certain person and who have migrated to, this is very important, migrated to India from Pakistan. Which one of the following provision is incorrect? So first option here, he either of his parents or any of his grandparent was born in India as defined in the Government of India Act 1935. So this statement is correct here. Option B, such person has so migrated before 19th July 1948. So this statement is also correct here. Option C here, such person has so migrated on or after the July 19th 1948. He has been registered as a citizen. So this person here registered as a citizen, and this here is migrated, and this person is here born person or parents or grandparent in India. In that time India include India plus Pakistan and Bangladesh also. So this thing here, and option D here, such person has got married in India. So this provision is incorrect. So the answer of this question is here option D. Now finish this video, and if you like this video, please click on like button. If you are still not subscribed our channel, please subscribe it. This channel very helpful for your preparation, judicial service preparation. Thank you for watching Indian Judicial Service.